So with that being said, when I had this student say to me the other day, well, I'm the kind of person I believe it when I see it. I don't know why in the ham sandwich he said that to me, because he knows good and well if you don't believe it, you won't see it. That is clear as day. This is why you in the situation you in, friend, sir, student, because you don't believe it. And this is why it never shows up for you. Listen up. I had this situation where I did a consultation with a student, and I told him step by step what to do. I said, do this, do this, do this, and you're gonna have your home. This is the plan. I'll put it out here so you can get it. So we go through these steps. We went, we'll go and look at this house. I'm setting this house up. Let's go look at this. All right. So I just need you to put the application in. Put the application in. Don't worry about anything else. I said, put the application in. So I called back to this person and I said, did you put the application in? Well, I don't know how, because I don't have the money, and I ain't put it in. Did you like the house? Well, yeah, but I don't know about the house. Did you like the house? Yeah, well, why didn't you put the application in? Well, because I ain't have the money. Now, here's the thing that I said. I just need you to put the application in. The money will show up. The money's gonna show up. Put the application in. But I ain't got the money. I said put the application in. But I said, look, the money would have shown up if you put the application in. But I'm that kind of person. I believe it when I see it. Well, dude, if you don't believe it, you will never see it. I just told you to put the application in. And because he didn't do what I just said, look, you could have been there in that house. Well, because I didn't see it. Okay. See, this is what I mean when all y'all talking about, well, you know what? All the time, God is good, and good is God. God is y'all say these things. This is lip service, because y'all don't ever allow God to work for you. You don't. It's a whole thing about, well, I believe it when I see it. Well, if you don't believe it, you will never see it. And because he didn't believe, one of the people, oh, God is good, then why you didn't put the application in like I asked you to? Yeah, because you don't really believe. And until you start believing and you allow God to work for you the way you say you know how great God is, then you're going to keep walking around here acting like, well, it don't work. I don't believe it because I ain't never seen it. You'll never see it because you don't believe. And those of us who have self-mastery, we go beyond believing. We know. We know. And so that's the issue here. When we learn to trust these laws and know that the universe is working for us, all kinds of things will show up in your third dimension. First of all, recognize that every word you speak is a law. And when you're saying stuff like, well, I believe it when I see it, well, then you will never see it. Because the real world is right up here in your mind. Everything you seeing out here in this third dimension, your mouse, your computer, your TV, your cell phone, all of that is the past. That's you living this the past right here. The real world is right here. Everything that you see comes from somebody's mind. Everything that you're looking at in your third dimension, it came from somebody's mind. This is the past. When you really want to create, this is where it starts, in the mind. This is the real world. And until you understand that, until you start, well, I believe it, so I can see it. Until you get to that level where you know, now it's more than belief. You know it. You know that when you see it up here, it's already done. That's the real world. That's when you're walking in self-mastery. All right. I want to show something. This is a guy who He has a farm.
Spend with my family. The one thing that I really do appreciate about a greater level of income is being able to invest in our kids, being able to invest back into the company, having that opportunity to finally be able to save. It changes everything. So guys, never give up.
What's one entrepreneurship myth that you actually believed that held you back?
And honestly, this one really did hurt. I always believed that my progress and my gains would be based on some type of initial huge seed money amount, like I needed a whole bunch of money in order to even put my thought to use, when it was the absolute truth. I did it with nothing. We had $0. And it held me back for years thinking that I'm not going to see this through fruition unless I have the money first. Well, I put the thought in the process first and the money came later. And I wish I would have known that in the beginning. I put a dollar sign on believing in myself. The idea doesn't come to life. It doesn't come to fruition unless you have it and unless you believe in it.
Awesome.
Right there. The idea doesn't come to fruition unless you believe in it. He had to put the thought right here in his mind first. It wasn't until he had the thought and he said, okay, well, let's do it. Let's start moving towards it. In his mind, he's thinking at first, well, I got to have all this money to do this and I got to have all this money to do that. But no, when he started taking steps, stuff started coming together for him. Till you can quote unquote believe it, then you'll never see it. But for my people who ready to go to the next level, and you understand that everything you spend now is no longer just spending it, it's an investment, then we can go to the next level. All right.